update on Housing TV Africa. The headlines. President Tinubu pledges shift from fossil fuel dependency. FCT minister approves works on Dogon Gada bridge. House of Representatives orders NERC to suspend implementation of new electricity tariff. On the foreign scene, UK housing prices drop again for second month in a row. Hello and welcome to the news at this hour. Reaching you from Abuja, I am Cassandra Yunumbe. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu says his administration is working hard to make the economy less reliant on fossil fuel production, restating the historical significance of the oil and gas sector in Nigeria's economy. The president, who was represented by his chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, disclosed this at a two-day retreat for members of the Green Chamber in Abuja recently.
This administration is working tirelessly to change this and diversify our economy from over-reliance on the production of fossil fuels. However, we are also determined to maximize revenue potential from this critical industry. For this reason, Mr. President says that we are pushing policies to attract investment in the oil and gas sector. He wants me to remind you that recently, he signed an executive order to unlock about $10 billion in fresh investments in the sector. This will happen through fiscal incentives for non-associated gas, midstream and deepwater oil and gas development.
Earlier in his remarks, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, criticized Nigeria's poor performance in collecting value-added tax, VAT, noting that it is the lowest among its African counterparts.
For taxpayers, integrating digital tools can simplify compliance, making it a more seamless part of everyday personal and business activities, thereby reducing friction and increasing ease of engagement with tax systems. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in 2021, the Federal Inland Revenue Service introduced a tax administration solution called Tax Pro Max for ease of tax compliance. Several similar efforts have been attempted in the past. For instance, in 2014, FIRS attempted automating tax collection with the Integrated Tax Administration System, ITAS, which was to be implemented on a tailored solution known as the Standard Integrated Government Tax Administration System.
Meanwhile, Minister of State for the Federal Capital Territory, Maryam Mahmood, emphasized the need for Nigeria's tax system to adapt to the modern economy.
Its passage, we have laid the groundwork for a more transparent, efficient, and competitive petroleum industry. This legislation opens the door to greater investments, innovations, and job creation. However, its true impact will be realized through effective implementation. As representative of the people, it is incumbent upon us to ensure that the provision of these acts are translated into tangible benefits for all Nigerians.
The Nigerian Senate has resumed plenary after a 6-week break in the newly renovated chamber. Following the welcome address by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, a heated argument erupted among some senior members over seating arrangements. Senator Danjuma Goje of Gombe Central and Sahabi Yao, senator from Zamfara North, engaged in a heated argument over their seating arrangements. They expressed dissatisfaction with the back seats assigned to them and raised their concerns with Majority Leader Senator Okweyemi Bamidele. This marks the senators' first use of the renovated chamber in the 2 years following their relocation to a temporary one. The Senate, however, adjourned plenary to Tuesday, 7th May 2024. Meanwhile, the Senate President has urged senators to put aside personal differences and collaborate towards achieving good governance for the country's benefit.
Throughout history, the spirit of cooperation has brought about tremendous progress. Let us pool our resources, our talents, our ideas, whilst respecting our differences and convictions of conscience. At the same time, let us not forget those trapped in the cycle of poverty Our fight against poverty and hunger must be total and relentless, addressing its root causes and restoring dignity to the marginalized. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and many fellow Nigerians are working tirelessly to tackle this issue of poverty.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has approved urgent repairs on the Dogon Gada box culvert, which is on the verge of collapsing. The coordinator of the Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, Felix Abua, confirmed the development. The minister's approval comes after Housing TV Africa's exclusive report on the bridge. Abua stated that the minister's approval was a response to the plea to restore hope for affected commuters, aligning with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The culverts, located on the access road connecting over 3,000 residents of local Goma village, also known as Dogon Gada community, to Ring Road 2, poses significant risk to commuters. During the rainy season, community members risk flooding while crossing the culvert due to its low elevation. Still in the FCT, the Minister Nyesom Wike has called for the resumption and speedy review process for the Abuja Master Plan. The minister made the call during a meeting with a delegation from the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, led by its chief representative in Nigeria, Yuzuru Susumu, in Abuja. According to the minister, the master plan was critical in the ongoing development of the FCT. He added that there is need to expedite the process to ensure completion, ideally by 2026. You're watching News Update on Housing TV Africa. We'll bring you more stories after the break. Please stay with us. Now to other stories. In response to widespread concerns from citizens, the House of Representatives has urged the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, to immediately suspend the implementation of the new electricity tariff nationwide. This move follows the Commission's recent directive, which led to increased tariffs for Band A consumers, with the intention of ensuring a more stable power supply for those able to afford it. However, amidst complaints of inconsistent power supply, many Nigerians have accused the NERC of unjustly categorizing most consumers under Band A. Addressing the matter during plenary, member representing Ivo, Ohauzora and Onitsha Federal Constituency of Ebonyi State, Kama Nkem Kama, reiterated the necessity of resolving the issues surrounding the sudden hike in electricity prices across the country.
This motion proposes resolution to suspend the tariff increases, establish a special committee for hearings involving relevant stakeholders, appoint a technical consultant to assess the legality and reasonableness of next procedures, and draft a bill to improve regulatory process in tariff setting.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has announced plans to propose a special fund for school protection nationwide to combat the rising attacks on educational institutions. The Speaker made this commitment while speaking to members of the House of Representatives as they resumed plenary session after a 6-week break. He appreciated the achievements recorded so far by security forces, particularly in Borno and Katsina states, where terrorists and bandits have been neutralized and weapons seized. The Speaker pledged continued support for security efforts to ensure the safety of all Nigerians.
Honorable colleagues, we are painfully aware of the harrowing attacks that have specifically targeted our schools, where innocent children, especially girls, are abducted. Schools, which should be sanctuaries of learning and safety, have become targets for terrorists and kidnappers. These acts are not only heinous, but are direct attacks on the future of Nigeria and rob children of their right to education and secure childhood. The implication of these assaults stretch far beyond the immediate pain and disruption they cause. They sow fear in communities, discourage school attendance, and potentially stifle the education of a generation.
The House of Representatives has summoned the Minister of Petroleum Resources and other key stakeholders in the petroleum industry to brief Nigerians on measures to end fuel scarcity and prevent its reoccurrence. This follows a motion by Umar Ajilo regarding the ongoing fuel scarcity and increasing retail prices of premium motor spirits (PMS), popularly known as petrol, nationwide. The lawmaker expressed concerns about the fuel scarcity, especially its timing, alongside the economic impact of subsidy removal on Nigerians, saying the exorbitant price of fuel, reaching up to 1,200 naira per litre in some states, has made life unbearable for many.
All these economies have made the lives of average Nigerians unbearable, with the litre of oil saving as much as 1,400 in some states of the federations. Speaker, my dear colleagues, let the Assembly must rise to this occasion to ensure that mass divisions are making to address this unfortunate and correct situation permanently in the interest of all Nigerians.
Now, away from Nigeria, on the foreign scene, in the United Kingdom, house prices unexpectedly dropped again in April for the second month in a row, according to the Building Society nationwide. The slowdown is attributed to affordability pressures due to high mortgage rates. The average house price in April stood at £261,962, marking a 0.4% decrease from March's figure on the lender's monthly index, which had recorded a 0.2% decline. City forecasters had anticipated a 0.2% rise last month. Annual house price growth decreased to 0.6% in April from the previous month's reading of 1.6%. According to the chief economist at Nationwide, Robert Gardner, the slowdown is likely due to ongoing affordability pressures driven by the recent rise in longer-term interest rates, which have reversed the sharp decline observed around the turn of the year. And that's a wrap on the news at this hour. Here is a recap of our top stories. President Tinubu pledges shift from fossil fuel dependency. FCT minister approves works on Dogon Gada bridge. House of Representatives orders NERC to suspend implementation of new electricity tariff. On the foreign scene, UK housing prices drop again for second month in a row. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa. You can also follow us on all social media platforms at Housing TV Africa. I am Cassandra Yunube. Thank you for watching.